Good morning, Digans. How are you? Another DEGA space. We're back with our CEO. Yes, Carlos Serrato, CEO and founder of DEGA. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hey, Freak, all great, man. Happy to be back in Costa Rica, ready to roll. Got a lot of exciting things to do this week, preparing for our Polkadot ISPO and many other things as well.
Dude, I'm so happy to have you back. We missed you here, but we saw your tweets and you guys were having fun meeting interesting people. It was amazing. Meanwhile, we were having our DEGA content creation contest. And Courtney G took the prize again. It's like he created this awesome story with a video, with AI. And the song you heard last, the I Dream of Dega, is the past contest. He won it. And now he won the story. So he's taking 150,000 Dega tokens from those contests. So we were also having fun reading what the community was creating. But we did miss you, my friend.
Awesome, thank you, man. I really do appreciate those kind of words. Yeah, I also miss you guys as well. I mean, I do enjoy traveling and meeting with our partners, but it's also nice to be home again, and home in the sense of my literal house, but also in the sense of working with the Dega team.
Dude, and we cannot wait to hear how the event was. Remember, people, for those who are here, Carlos and the Rabbit were in the Rare Evo event last week. So we're waiting for them to tell us how it was, how big it was, how was the dynamic, Carlos, just why don't we start like on that thing, like a small recap of the event and what you thought.
Um, so what you asked like six questions right now. Which one do you want me to
Yeah,
address first?
no, it's just a recap. Just to do a recap, and then I'll start asking questions because I have like 20, so I only read four.
Yeah, yeah. So the event was great. I arrived over there at Denver, my first time at that region. I flew in from Mexico City. I had other meetings there as well. One great meetings for Dega, by the way. Sadly, we cannot talk about those right now, but just to let everybody know, it was around the esports side of things. But yeah, basically, I flew in from Mexico City, arrived at Denver Wednesday. That day, just chilling. I met up with the rabbit, and then after that, good, let's say a day of rest. Thursday, then the event started. Well, it's not the main event, but kind of like the pre-event networking party started there. So just started to meet everybody flying in from most of the people arrived on Thursday. So as they were doing check-in, we started conversations with a lot of our friends and partners there from existing, relationships as well as new people that we've just knew, right? We haven't done anything together, but it was great. And then we had Friday and Thursday, which was the actual event dates with conferences. For example, Charles Hoskinson was there. Our partners from Cornucopias were there as well, World Mobile, and many others. And that those 2 days were mostly around the conferences and the booths, right? It was a relatively small event compared to others that I've been to, like, for example, Consensus, which is massive, right? It's like 10,000 people, or the Bitcoin conference in Miami, which is like 20,000 people. So those are like just impossible to like see everything, right? Here we actually had a chance to go literally booth by booth. We got to meet everybody, and also again the event, the some of the speakers in the event I really wanted to see. Steve, for example, from Wi-Fi, had a session. And other than that, the rest is just like sharing with people face to face, right? I'm from a very digital person. I do appreciate the efficiencies of being able to speak with people around the world through internet, and to be able to sometimes have a chat interface, which is sometimes that's a little bit better than having a face-to-face conversation, in the sense that when you're dealing with complex topics, it's good to have the chance to stop and think about an answer and then reply. But the human element, right, is definitely something that it's very valuable, right? And subconsciously, even though we don't say it out loud, when you meet someone face to face, you subconsciously trust them more, right? You can't help it. It's not that you distrust them or think that they're fake when you haven't met them in person. It's just that your mind tells you, I like this person when you meet them, right, physically. So you're more amicable with people once you've done that, right? So yeah, that was a very great experience. And then Sunday I just had a breakfast there with Wesley, one of our ambassadors from Technotainment, and we'll be doing some work with them later on. We'll publish the details. But yeah, Sunday basically a breakfast, and then headed out to Mexico City again. Spent one night there, Sunday night, and then yesterday on Monday I flew to Costa Rica, and that's kind of like like let's say the high level overview of it.
But we want the details. We don't want the high level. We want we want to have the details of this. So, which partners did you meet there, and how was meeting them? You tell, yeah, it's face to face. Some of them you already knew, some of them you didn't. So, how was meeting them? Either again or
Yeah, I mean, we met the cornucopias team there. It's like the third time we've had a chance to spend time together physically, right? Um, we're growing ever closer with them, and, from a personal perspective. Great guys, really nice people all around the entire team. Rob flew in from the UK, right? So it's a long trip for him. And then, other than them, we get to meet our Wi-Fi partners as well in person. So Steve was there, Dylan was there. Very swell guys. Like it's really hard to describe how nice and friendly they are. They really make you feel part of the team very quickly, right? Then we also had a chance to meet with, let me think, out of our partners. I think from the signed and announced partnerships, those were all of them. I've also connected with a lot of people that we shared. For example, the other day we did a space with L, right? So he was there, got to meet him. Didn't have a chance to talk that much, sadly, with him, but we had a chance to have a great conversation there. I believe you also saw on the tweets that I was there with the Decimalists from PFP, from the PFP game. Those guys are building a lot of cool stuff. They had a booth there, and we talked about a lot of things that we can work together on, and some others that I can't say. But yeah, mainly from our partners, it was Cornucopias, it was Wi-Fi, oh, and World Mobile, of course, can't forget about them. So I got because with World Mobile, we've been dealing a lot with SAC, and I already have a few sessions scheduled with Antonio, their CTO. But I hadn't had the pleasure of meeting Miki, who's the CEO and founder. He's such a great guy, man. Like he's also a guy that like I think Rob, no, I think it was Josh from Cornucopias that posted a tweet saying that when they met, because we all ended up in one of the sushi restaurants by chance, like it wasn't even planned. And then when Mickey arrived, he just said hello to literally the entire table, like 14 people or something like that. He went by one, saying hi. So, you know, he's a very humble person in that sense, very friendly. He was very excited to meet me as well, right? Because he's obviously um, excited for the partnership, but he and I directly had never had the chance to talk. So we took that chance. We discussed a lot of things. We have a few follow up sessions coming up. We're gonna go big, right, with the World Mobile Partnership. Just for everybody to know, I have a very profound respect for what they're doing. Because for everybody here that doesn't know, like about product development, doing software, yes, it's hard and there's a lot of complexities in it, but doing hardware is the hardest thing that you could possibly imagine, right? When you're doing a hardware startup, that is insanely brutally difficult, right? Because there's a whole bunch of physical limitations around that. So, well, mobile is doing both, right? They're doing software innovation and they're doing hardware innovation as well by creating this decentralized mesh network for telecoms. So I have a lot of respect for what they're doing. I met some of the members of their community. You know, world. You could say they're world mobile maxis in that sense. Obviously, most of them are also Cardano members, but they're like super hyped for world mobile. Um, and it was great, man. Like that's the type of thing that you want to expect in a in a team, right? You want to see that the people are smart, that they're humble, that they're down to earth people. You want to see that their community is excited and loves them, right? And you want to see that they have the capabilities to execute on their vision. And I think that World Mobile has all of them, right? So major shout out to them. Very much honored to be part of of their commercial network. And yeah, we have a lot of stuff to discuss with them coming up.
Nice. And I know you didn't sleep at all. So it was like from 7 a.m. till 2, 3 a.m. every day. So it was a
Somewhat,
hard
somewhat.
grind there.
I did take, no, I mean, yeah, Wednesday and Thursday were a little bit like that, but I did rest one. I think it was Friday. I took a really good rest. It wasn't so, like, I'm used to that, right? Like, even here in my house, I'd like sleep like 6 hours a day or something like that. So that's not a big deal for me. But it was a very intense event, like one thing after another. It was against not that big. It was a relatively small event, but the quality of people there was great, right? So um, you wanted to meet and talk to everybody there.
Nice, nice. So, but I gotta ask, like, what are things from the conference that got your attention? Like,
I don't know if it's me, Freak, but I'm losing your audio. Can somebody else let us like
losing my
Seek? I believe you're a speaker. Can you hear Freak correctly, or is it me? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, I know you're a little ruggy, bro.
I'm a little roggy right now. Hey, let me.
Right now it's fine.
Okay, right now is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, perfect. So, okay, I think I'm having problems right now. But no, what I'm asking is, what got your attention from the conference?
Um,
Oh,
I would have to say that the production was very good, right? The production of the event was damn good. Like everything, the food was great. The the venue was great. Even the invite that we got, because we actually got invited to that event back in Consensus. Ran, who's one of the founders, and I also had the time to had the pleasure of spending time with him. And Rand gave me, I remember the VIP invite in this super posh envelope with, it was even burnt a little bit, like it was beautiful, and a red seal. So it was great, man. Like the production was very high quality. I wish that many of the other events would give, so much attention to detail as the Rare Evil guys did. So that's why I was tagging them constantly in our tweets. I wanted to make sure that to give them the proper mentions in that sense because they deserve it. The event was great and the production quality was great.
nice. I hope my microphone is working now better. I try to set it up.
A little bit, or just like we're in the Twitter space, just grab it and put it in front of you, like manually.
That's what I'm doing. I
Yeah,
have it practically inside of my mind.
yeah.
Okay, so I can maybe I can put the gain up later, but okay, so what is the thing that you like the most about it? About the whole event? The thing that you like the most?
It's always going to be an event is always going to be defined by the quality of the people that go there, right? So this event had very high quality people from the Cardano ecosystem, from other ecosystems, even. Like, for example, if you all saw my tweets, you can see that I went to the Aavegotchi stand. I went to the Sapicio stands. Those are two of the most legit NFT projects. Like I've had the pleasure of meeting people from their communities in the past, right? They're more Aavegotchi is a little bit more Polygon, Sapicios is a little bit more Ethereum. But the RareEvo team was very open to everybody. I think that most of the Cardano projects were there just because I think the founders have those relationships. I'm not exactly sure, but it was open to everybody, right? Just to be clear, there was even some Bitcoin mining companies there. So the quality of the people there was very high. So I have to say that that's pretty much the main thing that the event that's a takeaway from that event. Small but very high quality people event.
All right, I've got a question for you. We're always looking
Shoot.
for great partnerships. So, what project or projects do you see that you're maybe hopeful that we can start a partnership with?
Great, good question, Steve. Yeah, I would definitely say that the Aavegotchi people are somebody that I would like to work with. They are doing one of the things that many of the Web3 gaming projects aspire to, right? These guys are already doing it, which is having the on-chain data, your NFTs, your holdings, serve as kind of like a data layer for multiple games. So the Aavegotchi crew already created um, Web 2, I mean 2D games. They've already created 3D games and multiple of those, right? So you can use your Aavegotchi avatar to play the same NFT. You can use it on different medium, which is fantastic, right? Like imagine you have your NFT and you go and do a 2D Pac-Man style game, and then you go and you do an RPG style game, then you do a 3D battle arena game. So that was great. Like I have to say, like major shout out to those guys. And they're not even they're not even done yet, right? They're just getting started. They have like a $50 million treasury in their DAO dedicated for this. So man, gotta say, man, that those guys, I'd love to partner with them. They were very friendly, right? The team that was there was great, and we the also the Sapicio guys, right? They're not as advanced as the Aavegotchi guys, but they also already have. I played one of their games there, though the game was not with the Sapicios itself. It was like something like a Pokemon style turn based battle game. It was also, but I played it. I enjoyed it. It was fun, and looking forward to have conversations there with the Sappy Seals creator. With his nickname is WAV, and he was also a very nice guy. Happy to explain all. He personally went through all the game mechanics with me. He was teaching me how to play it. And then yeah, those two guys definitely excited to go and work with them. And there was like I would say like a whole bunch of other projects, but like just to stand out those two, just because not because I want to diss anybody else, just because these two are games, right? Which is what we're into. And but we saw many other potential relationships there that we will definitely be following up on. And the rabbit was there with me, right? So I got backup this time. So
Yes.
man, it's like hopefully we get like some 10 partnerships out of there.
Yeah. What was it like? I mean, did you get tools so you could
Sorry, Sik, I don't know if it's me, but you caught off a little bit there. Could you repeat the question?
I said, how was it meeting the rabbit for the first time? Did you have to get on a step stool to see eye to eye with him, or did you just stare up in the sky, or what happened?
Dude, the rabbit is huge, man. He ain't no rabbit, man. He's like a bear or something. The rabbit is huge. I'm a tall guy, but yeah, I had to look upwards.
It's like towering over you.
Yep,
Right on.
yep, man. Don't. I would hate to meet the rabbit in person in an angry day, right?
In
Like
a
if he's
dark
really
alley.
pissed, yeah, he'd be really intimidating, man.
Right on. Hey, so what things do you from RareEvo did you see that you want to integrate into DEGA, that you want to like bring back and integrate something you saw there that you thought, man, this is great. Let's bring this to DEGA.
I have to say that probably one of the things is that I like the most, like for companies that I would want to work with in terms of using their features. And this is actually not a technical feature. It was one of a company providing white label merch for companies. They're called crypto ships, right? Just because like we can do tech, man. Like me and my team, we love tech. We've been doing blockchain for over 6 years. That's our bread and butter, right? But physical things and logistics and cross-border um, distribution, that's a whole nother universe, right? For me, that is alien to the DECA team in that sense, right? Because we're software based. So those guys, I would really love to work with them and get some DECA merch out there, right? Because I know how important it is for people to like, enjoy things that you can touch, right? So yeah, well, that was something that I definitely look forward to working with in terms of integrating their products and services to what we're doing.
Nice. All right. What about projects you saw that you would love to share with the community, things that you think, gosh, you got to check this out? Maybe 2 or 3 projects you saw that just really were impressive and you think we need to know about.
Um, I think the most important projects is the ones that you already know about, right? Which is Cornucopia's World Mobile, right? Hands down. Like I played the Cornucopia's game. Dude, the rendering was like like its namesake says, it was unreal, right? So they got no competition. I gotta say it like that, right? And so for all of you that are already excited about it, I just gotta say your excitement is well placed, right? I can confirm that is next level, right? And Scruffy was there as well. He helped me out to get set up to play the game. So hands down, like whatever your excitement is on the Cornucopias game, just double down on that excitement.
Nice.
Um, yeah, there was a few others. I gotta say that, like again, I already mentioned Avivachi. They're very impressive as well. That they have a multi-gaming ecosystem that is like I know that everybody wants that, but these guys have already had it, right? You can actually go and play multiple Avivachi games, so that's impressive as well. I would have to say those two things are the most impressive things. So, and obviously World Mobile again, just because of their distributed mesh system. But other than that, the other projects, everybody's doing great work there. I'm looking forward to following up on that. But just to mention the top, those would be the top by far.
Great.
Nice. I'm back. I'm back. I don't know if you can hear me right now.
Yes, great.
Okay, so it improved. I missed what you were talking about, so I cannot ask the questions because I had my set of questions, but Zeke also has them, so I don't know which ones you
We
already asked.
we mostly talked about you.
Yeah,
Okay,
we
perfect.
trash talk you.
Yeah.
Good, but I do have a question, Carlos. Is something, or it has to be something that blew your mind completely, that you said, "Fuck, what is this?" Or wasn't it? Like, like did something blow your mind, and what was it?
No, I was just replying to Seek when he asked, what are the top projects there, and I just told him that, the Cornucopias game, actually using it, and again, it's the actual render, it lives up to its namesake, which is the word unreal, right? Like it really is unreal. So I was just saying that whatever your excitement with them is, like keep double down on that excitement. Like it's like you can't. when you see the recording, you can't really appreciate it. That's the same as when you're playing it in a 4K display, right? So yeah,
Right.
that's definitely mind blowing. They have no competition, hands down, in terms of the render, the quality of the render in their game, and the assets that they're
So
building there.
so this is the place to be, and we got also the rabbit coming in right now. I guess he played it too. He told us yesterday he played the game and he was amazed with the game, that he really loved it. I guess he hopped in a train or something. Rabbit, what up?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, I didn't go and try and mine, and I didn't go and try and, go and play with, raise my experience or anything like that. The first thing I tried to do is find the train, and I got on the train, and I just went around the city because it goes in a loop around the entire city, and I just looked out the window, and I was just amazed with with everything that I saw. The game physics. I think I mentioned. We did briefly talk yesterday before I got off before I got on the plane. Um, the game physics. It's just so easy, Carlos. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but you could just pick up the controller and start playing. It's like it was very intuitive. The controls, the camera control, the the player control, everything was just like very familiar, easy to pick up, easy to start playing, but in a place where I mean, and I mentioned they had like these, I think it was four like big screen TVs set up, and you were just able to sit right in front of it. And I almost went like nose up to the screen, and it was like the FPS was so good on it, you couldn't even see any kind of like motion blur.
No, that was non-existent. Motion blur was
Yeah,
non-existent, and the way that the lighting, the way
yeah,
that the light
everything.
would work, the phys, that's just mind blowing. Like I said, they have no competition, right? So whoever you think is Cornucopia's competition,
They're
they have
not.
no competition.
They're not. It seriously, I struggle to think of even a AAA gaming studio out there right now that I play games like Borderlands, and I play Destiny. That kind of like player setup where you're standing like right, your camera is like kind of like just behind the player. And I came home last night and I put in Borderlands, and I went up to the screen, and it's just not, there's no comparison. There's just absolutely no comparison.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Don't even let us keep going, guys. We'll just hype it up even
more.
Well,
no, I've been testing for 3 weeks now. As an OG, we've been testing for a while, and I have explored these lands, and it's incredible. And every time I jump in, it's just I'm reminded how good it is. The shadowing, the movement, the character creation, just what's happening is really, really remarkable. The newest leak they just put out with the mining.
Yeah, we played that
video.
I played it.
I mean, it's really stunning.
So
yep, I played that one.
I'm gonna change the subject just a little bit. I mean, World Mobile is, like Carlos said, doing a hardware project is infinitely harder. But I had a chance to sit down with one of the top tech guys and got a private conversation. We sat in there, they had a van on site. And we talked about what was inside that van. And I don't know if you guys probably don't realize the size of the resort that Carlos and I are at. It takes about 10 minutes to walk from one side of the place to the other, and the place is packed. But based on what this guy told me about what was inside that van, that one van probably, no, definitely could have like completely like handled all of the internet, all of the telephones, everything for the entire resort if they switched that on for the resort. So, technical, classy stuff, like really, really great stuff. It's like if you pull three of those into like a disaster area or something like that, and it's like, it's like walking in with like better internet and phone than they probably had before the disaster hit. So keep an eye on World Mobile. They just got approved in the United States to provide SIM cards. I'm looking into that now, because that would mean that I'm going to be able to start as a participant in the World Mobile Network. I can basically just become like a World Mobile, node here in my neighborhood and start, participating in the World Mobile system, like tomorrow.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
I gotta say, guys, like one of the key things that stood out to me is like how active the Cardano ecosystem is, right? So we as DEGA, we talked to a lot of companies and a lot of different blockchain protocols, different layer ones, and I gotta say, man, Cardano is like pushing it, man. People are really excited about developing, about creating real impact and delivering value to society. Like that is hands down, Cardano is one of the top ecosystems of people focused on delivering value.
and I'm going to back you up again, Carlos. I came from Ethereum, before I even touched Cardano. Cardano seems to create real things. It's like not to say Ethereum doesn't. I'm not, Ethereum is in my heart. I love Ethereum. However, I have never seen anything like World Mobile, Cornucopias, Wi-Fi, like really doing impactful, real things in the world that you can actually tangibly touch them. Not to say the other, these things are on other blockchains as well, but I am thoroughly impressed with the.
I would say it's about ratio, right? Like in the
True,
sense that
true,
yeah,
true.
there's great projects on Ethereum to be clear, right? But the ratio, man, it's like there's so many people using the platform for malicious intentions, right? Whereas in Cardano, man, it's like, dude, it's like almost every project that you meet, it's like the founders are obsessed with their vision, right, with delivering value. So I would say in terms of ratio, the market cap in Cardano is like way lower, but the amount of value that is being built by companies that started in Cardano is like it's truly impressive. I have to
And
say
and
that.
and I got to say, Carlos, I mean, that is something that I believe in. Market cap to me, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a financial guy. I understand all that kind of stuff, but a market cap can be a
yeah,
blinder. It
yeah.
can be a
It can
blinder. It's like
absolutely.
you see this big number and you're like, oh, I want to go and work with these guys, and then you get inside and it's kind of like, well, what are you doing?
Yeah,
Where I, I
absolutely.
I I would rather see a better balance between value delivery with
Yep.
market cap, because I think market caps come after value, but we tend to put the market cap in front of value because that's what investors want. They want a large market cap so they can make their bag, and we end up with a
Yeah.
bunch of craters in the ground that
I mean,
the.
I wouldn't say it's useless, right? Like obviously, as you know, market cap allows you to tap into financing and capital, and the more
It's
liquidity you
true.
have, the more things you can do. But yeah, you're right. It should the key phrase there is that it should come after value. So that is the key phrase. So you deliver value, your market cap grows. You continue to deliver more value, your market cap grows. That's kind of like an ideal way to go about it. But we've seen many projects in which you have this absurd market cap and like borderline zero value delivery. And then Cardano is kind of like the opposite, right? It actually has a what I would call a relatively low market cap compared to the value that it's delivering, right? Like so many projects are looking to create so many useful real economy solutions that's very impressive, right? How they've been able to
Oh
do
no,
that.
I agree with you completely, Carlos. I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's the seeing these real valuable things on Cardano is, to me, it's like, if those are the types of things that I would want to invest in because of the staying power of these platforms and these projects that are out there. It's incredible for me.
Yep. Yep.
All right, I have a
Yes.
question for probably Carlos and Rabbit about our World Mobile Token partnership. There are some that are fudding WMT because of the possible health implications of 5G. What's the science around its safety, and what are your thoughts on any health implications to that, or what's that looking like? And
I'd love to be able to comment on that, but I will definitely draw the line on things that I don't consider myself like well versed on. So I definitely can't speak on, health around 5G, right? Like,
sure.
I'm not gonna speak to the health impacts of it, but I will let you know that the actual inventor of 5G is a very good friend of mine. You can look it up. If you look up 5G, you'll find a company called M2MI. They are the inventor of 5G technology out of NASA Ames. And I will tell you that this guy is a stand-up guy. He would not have put anything out there if there was any kind of risk of hurting people. So, people like to have certain kind of ideologies, and where those come from, it could be political, it could be economic, it could be a bunch of other things, but stories
Right.
spread and they're not necessarily true all the time. So as in crypto, should be in everything. Go a little deeper than the stories that people are telling and find out what's actually going on behind the scenes before you kind of like dive into people's ideologies around certain technologies.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. It gets very political very fast.
And I would ask is like, would you use the technology?
guys,
I would.
Brother, I'm using it right now.
On this topic, guys, let's
Exactly.
move on. That is not something that DEGA wants to comment on. We have no comment on this as DEGA. So,
Okay.
yeah, we're not a telecoms company. We're not a health company. We can't comment on these things.
Okay, but I have a question for you two. Did you walk the event together, or you split it out and everyone, got a different experience from the event? For you and Rabbit?
We spent a lot of time together, like a lot of time, but we did obviously, do our separate, divide and conquer. Both, right? But we spent most of the time together, I would say.
Yeah,
But I can
it
ask
was
the
both.
Rabbit. But I can ask the Rabbit, what blew your mind from the event? Like what, like you said, like, holy shit, this is completely amazing.
Oh, cornucopias, without a doubt. I haven't taken off my T-shirt since I got it.
Yep.
Okay, so he's the clear winner of the event.
I'm a gamer, and it's like I went there looking for games. I went there looking at gaming and gaming use cases and everything like that. So of course I'm going to be biased towards, a game that, we're partnered with, number one. But number two, it's like even if we weren't, and I walked into a blockchain conference and I saw a blockchain game that was like cornucopias, I would be like, I I just be like, that's a blockchain game, because I mean, it's like I got into when I got into blockchain, it's like I was looking at like Axie Infinity and like all these other games, and it's like since everyone couldn't do gaming, they started building card games, and they started like doing these simple procedural kind of games. But to see a game, like a real game, like a real metaverse, like a real representation of what Web3 gaming could be like, it is like the most aspirational thing for not just Web3 gaming, but Web2 gaming should take a look at these guys too.
Yeah,
because it's like they're doing things that Web2 games can't do right now, or they're not doing.
Yeah,
So,
or they don't want to do because they're like,
or they don't want to do.
Their mindset is like a little bit outdated. Like a lot of people don't know, like Web2 games are like super limited in the things that you can do with the game, like how you can host events. To give you all an example, right? Like let's say you make a custom map in Fortnite, right? And then you're building out your own economy there. In Web2 games, they won't let you do something like, do your own NFT for your VIP club to access that map. You can't do that, right?
No.
You have to monetize only through the already established mechanics that the Web2 game gives you. right? So Web3 games are far more open in that sense, right? As you all know, you can do NFT gating. You can also do your own economic models within the world, because that's the whole point, right? You have your map, you own your map, and you can customize it not only visually but also economically, right? So that's kind of like, I think that's why Web3 is important to, the features that we're building in Web3 are important for the traditional gaming side of things. But yeah, definitely, just doubling down on what the rabbit said there. Like it was just like, again, no, they have no competition. Let's leave it at that, right? In that sense, because even Decentraland, the Sandbox, and all of those, like compared to what Cornucopias is doing, like they're just in a different league.
And I take it from you that you know the game, the technology, and everything. You've been working together for a long time with the Cornucopia seems. So, dude, I can't wait for what Dega and Cornucopia will bring to the gaming world. As a gamer too.
Yeah, yeah. There's gonna be a lot of, yeah. We're constant conversations. There's gonna be a lot of announcements in the coming months around what we're gonna be doing together. So just keep an eye out for that.
Yeah,
I'm keeping an eye out.
there are exciting things to come with Cornucopias and Dega. I can definitely attest to that. Um, and some of those announcements might come sooner rather than later. So,
Yeah.
buckle up.
Nice. Carlos, will you be at CNFTLV?
I don't think so, just because we have a lot of stuff to release. We have the Polkadot ISPO in like what, 1 week or something like that, and then after that we have a lot of work to do with media partners and other games and all of the relationships we've made at RareEvo. So just traveling again, it would delay our current work and it would give us more work. So basically, we'll be growing our backlog, but not our execution, right? So I don't think I can make that one, sadly.
Freak, you're gonna have to send me a hat and I'll wear it around the con.
Oh, a T-shirt, one of those hoodies. We
Yeah.
should get the hoodies.
Yeah,
Uh,
baby.
the merch will be coming, bro. And Carlos is behind every art piece we create, by the way. So he's got good taste, you
Thank
know.
you.
Yeah. So okay, guys. So we need to wrap it up, but let's let the people know about the upcoming ISPO for Polkadot. Invite everyone,
Yep.
to follow us on Twitter and bring people.
Yeah, that's the best way to support DEGA right now. It's just basically generating awareness around the .ISPO. We're already being featured on Crypto Banter, and other media partners are coming as well. So, but at the end of the day, the strength lies within the community, right? So everybody here, just that's kind of like the best way to support DEGA, and yeah, looking forward to working with y'all.
Yes, follow us on Twitter. Tell your friends to follow us on Twitter. Follow our media partners. If you're not, follow our partners. It's like we're an ecosystem, and we're a sprout in this massive ecosystem of powerful value driving products and services. So, spread the word about what we're doing. Come and
That's
join
the
us on Discord. We have a great time on Discord every day. It's a very, very vibrant conversation, absolutely every day. And Freak, I tip my hat to you on that one. You really keep the community rolling. So please, if you have friends who want to get in early on a project that's building during the bear and being successful in driving value. Yeah, as soon as that TGE comes, boom, you guys are in.
if you want to play the Dega game, you follow Dega, you follow the partners, you will understand soon enough all the connections. As the rabbit said, is an ecosystem. So thank you everyone for coming here. Carlos, Rabbit, is always great to have you. Zeke, it's fun to talk with you. So everyone in the community, visit us, spend some time, and see you on Thursday. Remember, there's no space tomorrow. And again, congratulations to Corny G for winning the Dega content creation contest. And He's Corn Mafia. Second time Corn Mafia takes. Now there's 50,000 Ega tokens. Corn Mafia too.
Damn,
That's a lot.
they're killing it. They're killing it.
Dude, they're killing it. They're a very well organized tribe. They're all great tribes, but the knights, all the tribes that came from cornucopias are really well organized. That also
Yep.
speaks about cornucopia.
Yep.
So, okay, Carlos, we can kill it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
I
you,
leave you
everybody.
with let me know how it here like how it plays now because I'm playing the I Dream of Dega, or we can play Rega Dega or Dega Explorer song. Those are the three finalists from the soundtrack of Dega, so we can play any of
Dega
those. Which one?
Explorer. Dega
Dega
Explorer.
Explorer? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. So we say bye with Dega Explorer. Thank you, everyone. I love this one.